Hey everyone, welcome to Pageant Professors. It is Miss America Week, and we couldn't be more excited for the 53 contestants that are competing in Las Vegas this week at the Planet Hollywood Resort and Casino. And we have taken the time to look at all of their videos, and we've got some special awards to give out because we're just so thrilled to have the opportunity to meet them before the competition.
Yeah, I mean, I'm so excited that Miss America has decided to do this year. I think it might actually be the first year, possibly, that they've done these contestant videos. But I think it's such a fantastic opportunity to get to know a little bit about the contestants, get a quick glimpse into their personality, their passions, and who they are. Since we get to see them on stage in evening gown and swimsuit looking amazing or rocking their talent, but we're not usually privy to the interview portion. Yeah. So to be able to see how they are, on camera is really exciting. So we decided to play judge this week and had our personal favorites and picks, and thought that we would share that with you guys and see if maybe you all agree or have different favorites. We'd like to hear about it.
Yeah, and our first award is for the Rookie of the Year. It's for the contestant that has no prior pageant experience, and it's so amazing, to see someone who hasn't, competed before,
but handles so well,
and take the Miss America stage that's nationally televised. I think that's a great accomplishment, and that goes to Miss DC, Ashley Bolch, who is, a hometown favorite of ours. But
love her.
It's just, I just love her energy. She looked great on camera. She even wore a baseball cap, but she was just.
She wore a Caps baseball hat. Go Caps! Go Caps!
Right. But she just was just so lovable, and we've seen her out and about on the town, obviously, and so we've met her and gotten to know her on a personal level. But the video couldn't have been just more telling of how excited she is to compete and just her natural ability to, make people love her.
Yeah, no, she was really. She just seemed very down to earth, someone that I think you'd love to talk to or get to know, someone you could really be friends with, and I think that was fantastic. Plus, I have to give a shout out, I love her platform for encouraging entrepreneurship, which something we obviously really like. So, yes, Ashley did a fantastic job, wonderful video, and we are so proud of her.
Yes. So who's your pick for Best Dressed?
Oh my gosh, it was hard. There were actually so many great girls.
Yeah.
I think my best dress had to go to Miss Iowa, Jessica Prey.
Loved the sequins.
Yes, the gold sequins. I'm a sucker for sequins, but I think that not even just her clothes, but just her styling. I mean, she had her very thick, beautiful, long dark hair, was just styled perfectly. Her makeup, her eyes popped so beautifully on camera. I just thought that she looked amazing, and I liked her entire video, but I want that dress. Jessica, if you're not using the dress after Miss America, let's talk.
My pick for Best Dress goes to Miss Virginia, Elizabeth, and she had that beautiful bright blue. Well, the necklace was yellow, and then her shirt or her dress was a very bright blue one shoulder. I'm a sucker for one shoulders, obviously.
Big sucker for one shoulders.
And it just worked great. She looked so summery and just fun and really, fashion forward. I just love the color combination, the contrast between the yellow and the blue, and I just thought she looked fabulous. And she seemed very confident in what she was wearing and how she presented herself.
Yeah, I loved those two colors together. And maybe it's also because we're in the middle of, I guess it's January now. I started watching these in December. It's freezing out, and every time I see this, corally, it just makes me think of like some tropical island somewhere that I'd like to be. But I thought she looked fantastic. I love statement necklaces.
And I just loved how bold it was, and just seemed to be really fun, and I loved it on camera.
Yeah, it's gorgeous. All right, so up next we have Class Clown.
Love this category. It was so funny to see how the contestants played off of their natural, talents or comedic personalities, and so we loved, I loved Oregon's video. It was kind of spoofed off of the Old Spice commercials, which are hilarious. But I mean, it's such a balance to be feminine and to be comedic at the same time, and to also be taken seriously, but somehow she nailed it, and I thought her video was hilarious, and I watched it so many times.
I mean, I agree. You have a minute and 30 seconds, and I think these contestants did a wonderful job about, getting their personality across while also, sending a message. And, it's hard to do that in such a short period of time, like you said, to kind of have fun with it. And, especially if you have a fun, lighthearted personality, you want the audience to know that. Yeah. So my favorite was actually Miss Missouri. It was hard because I loved the Old Spice spoof, but Miss Missouri did, an Anchorman spoof, and I'm a sucker for Ron Burgundy, and thought that her mustache was adorable. She looked great in a mustache. But I just, the thing I loved about her most was not only was her spoof hilarious, but then she, towards the end of the video, took it all off for a moment and said, okay, here's who I really am. And I think she even used the term, I'm real and I'm relevant. And I really, really, really liked that. And, I think she did a wonderful job of being funny and then taking a moment so that the audience really got to know who she is and that she's not just a jokester.
Yeah. So, where do those mustaches come from anyway? I see they're everywhere.
Party Star.
Really?
Yeah.
I saw a car on the road the other day, and you know how people sometimes have wreaths. This literally had a mustache on it. That's it.
You don't know my obsession with mustache.
Are you serious?
I have mustache cookie cutters. It was Movember, the mustache. I don't know if any of our audience has seen this, but in November there was to raise funds for cancer.
Really?
There was a whole campaign called Movember that encouraged men to grow out handlebar mustaches.
Wow.
And
that's hilarious.
So I think the tchotchke got even more after doing that. Yeah, they were just mustache. I love mustache.
FYI.
Totally related to everything we're talking about today.
Okay, so Photogenic. I loved West Virginia.
Peacock.
The peacock. Was it a necklace? It was a necklace. She has dark eyes, dark hair. Her styling was great. Her makeup was spot on, and she just had this little pop of color, the blues and the green from her accessories, and I just thought it was awesome. And her smile was just so inviting and warm, and just everything you want in a photo.
Yeah, I think we all know how difficult it is to find the perfect photo, and it's a balance of the pose looking great, the background, everything, and then the accessories and the clothing. It's such a balance, and she just did such a good job. She looked gorgeous. Yeah. And actually, my favorite was Miss Michigan, which was kind of different. She had a very different styling than West Virginia. Short hair. She had the blonde bob and the over-the-shoulder look. But I liked it because she had very thin hoop earrings on. You could only see one of them from that angle, but I liked it because it really focused on her. There was no distraction. She had this great smile. Her hair looked amazing. Her eyes were just gorgeous. So the picture drew me in, and you weren't distracted by anything else. You got to see the girl, and she looked wonderful.
I know. And the over-the-shoulder pose is hard to master for some people, but she nailed it.
She had the angles.
Profile, and her face just looked amazing.
Yeah, I loved it. Loved it. I've got to go practice that. It's not going to look nearly the same. Okay, so in addition to one of the big things that makes Miss America awesome is the amazing platforms. Yes. So, and a lot of these girls use the minute and 30 seconds to showcase their platforms, which I think is a fantastic use of time. So who was your favorite for the platform?
My favorite for the platform was Bree Boyce, Miss South Carolina. She's been everywhere in the news, on television, and she's in the New People magazine, which is gorgeous cover.
And she was on the cover of another magazine. I think I saw just this week. She looks wonderful.
I'm sure she's amazing, and she looks great. And we wish her the best of luck. If you haven't heard about what her platform is, it's about childhood obesity. She's in People magazine in their I Lost Half of My Weight episode or issue, and she talks frequently about her struggle with her weight as a young teen. Who struggled with her weight and was obese, and now she's half her size and now competing and taking that platform on the national stage, and I think it's so courageous, and it speaks to so many people in our country, adults, teens, children, everyone.
I agree, and she really emphasized going about it healthy. I think for any platform, you're the best example for setting it. So if you're championing a cause to show people that not only am I talking it, I lived it.
Yeah.
You know, I've been there. I've been where you are. Look at me now. Look at what can be accomplished. I think that's so inspiring, and so she's totally agree. So my favorite is actually Arizona, who had this. Not only is her platform great, but I think the way that she delivered it in her video. So her platform is actually supporting children with life-threatening issues, but she had this adorable setup of child's blocks. And they originally spell out chemotherapy, and then she kind of pulls them out, pulls each individual letter out, highlighting different areas of what children go through and what her platform is and what she supports them while doing. And the end result is it spells hope. And
that's so sweet.
It's such an inspiring message. Yeah. She does great work, but I thought that her props used in the video were fantastic. They weren't distracting, and you were kind of engaged. You're like, I want to see what this is going to spell. I want, but she didn't skip a beat. I mean, she was it wasn't even like overly rehearsed, but she just pulling out and talking to it. But she's just such a good job.
And it was so natural. You know, chemotherapy has a lot of letters.
Yeah.
And
imagine that getting down to 4.
And to memorize it, and to just the whole coordination of the video.
It was seamless.
Was great. It was really seamless.
Yeah, she was seamless. So loved it.
Great pick.
So now, all of those are all great categories, and we're so hard to pick. But now we have to come to like an overall favorite.
Yeah, it was hard, but I settled on New York. Miss New York is from Rochester. Caitlin Monty. She has a wonderful platform against bullying, and bullying is such
irrelevant.
It's a relevant topic. It's top of mind for a lot of young people in America today. And she's from Rochester, New York, someplace where I've been to, and home of Wegmans and garbage plates and things like that that are home to that part of the region. But she also has she wore a costume.
Yeah. Because she's a Liberty Bell.
Yeah, and I just thought it was
wonderful.
Adorable. It was really great. And then she took that costume off, and she had, of course, a red one-shoulder dress.
Shocking!
No surprise there.
It was a natural.
It was. So, I love her styling. Her platform is great. The things that she's involved in are just really inspiring. Obviously, the USO is a great organization that a lot of title holders work with. And I just fell in love with her. I fell in love with her, yeah.
Definitely agree. It was tough. Who
did you pick?
It was so hard.
It was really hard.
Miss Oklahoma, Betty Thompson, is like...
such a rock star.
I
want to be your friend.
Yeah, Betty Thompson, I'm now in love with you, and I would like to be your BFF. But no, she was
I'd be your BFF.
Well, if Betty Thompson wants to.
We've got to talk about this.
No, but she was adorable.
Yeah.
I liked that her video was just, you really, I think, felt like you got to know who she was. Yeah. I love that she pointed out that she was she is one of the shortest contestants at 5'2", but she refers to herself as fun size, and I just love that. It's taking something that, being petite isn't a negative, but she's pulling it out there, highlighting it, and having fun with it. I thought she was so cute, and her platform is drinking milk. Milk does a body good, and she had this on. She's just so cute.
There's nothing to.
Yeah, she's definitely one of my. She looks gorgeous on camera. She was just so fun. And the other thing I was gonna say I really loved about her is she is a champion Irish step dancer. How cool is that? Like, how many Irish step dancers do you know?
No.
No?
None. Zero.
Oh, she was. I just think that is so cool, and she, highlights she's from a small town but has big dreams, and I love everything about her. So she is my overall favorite pick.
All good reasons for the overall pick.
So now we want to hear who your picks are. There's so many great contestants. So let us know who your favorite is in every category. Leave a comment in the box below, or give us a shout out on Twitter.
Did you know that there are some really common mistakes that girls make during the evening gown portion of their competition? Click on the link in the description below and you'll be taken to our website for a free 30-minute long training course. By the end of it, you'll learn how to avoid these common mistakes and master the evening gown portion of your competition today.